with, that those of us that have been around are very familiar with, and Egg Noob. So those two are really going to have to help these other three players out to make sure that they're ready to go.
And here we go. IX Gaming, your purple team. Aftermath Esports, your orange team. This is the first match either of these squads have played in our league format. Buzzwole getting caught early. Nice play here by the Leafeon. We talked about this. Just the early potential for this Pokemon is unbelievable. They use that level 4 to pick up a huge KO.
Yep, it's already level 5. So really, like I said, between 4 and 7 is what matters here. Can they slow Riker down? As of right now, the answer to that question is no.
And here we go. Riker staying in the top path. They do have a buff that is open on the side of IX, but it looks like with 4 members in the top path and 4 members of Aftermath, this is going to be quite a brawl, Dupe Snacks.
Heavy rotation. We have the Vaporeon very far forward, low on HP. Mimikyu can't close the door, and Vaporeon getting out just feels like you exposed your hand without getting any value. And if Vaporeon just went to the pad, they wouldn't have gotten knocked out. So kind of some maybe anxious or mistakes here on stream between these two games.
Well, it's interesting, right? IX definitely made a great counter punch there with the Leafeon. Maybe they thought they were moving in a little bit faster. Leafeon now is going to head towards the central area of Aftermath, see if they could take something, but it looks like they peeled away back towards the center of the map. We do have Regidrago that hits the map in 15 seconds and a ton of experience on the side of IX.
Okay, we're settling things out a little bit. We've got 5 seconds till Regidrago. We'll see how these two teams prioritize that, if at all. We've seen some of these teams ignore it so far. We still just have a little Swinub, the Fuzzy Roomba running around, and the Combusken trying to make a difference here. Finally, level 5 is the Buzzwole, half HP gone. And really, things settling back out. So not a lot of people dipping their toes too far in the water.
Yeah, it feels like after that first huge team brawl, everyone's kind of calmed down a little bit. Regidrago getting very low right here. Nice secure from IX. Aftermath not able to make something happen here. However, that Mimikyu is level 7, and they do decide to go in looking for the KO on Leafeon and barely not getting it.
Yeah, that would have been a big quality knockout for that Mimikyu. Leafeon is level 7, of course. Now they want to get more experience, but they're looking for bodies. Engaging is the Mimikyu, and they get knocked out quickly because Riker was staying back in where they were, popping the Emerald 2-step, going deep, trying to get the knockout, and it's not sufficient as they are knocked out between the future Mamoswine and that Miraidon.
Yeah, it seems like a tough moment to move in with Leafeon. Obviously, you do have your Unite move, but your HP is very low in that moment. Of course, if you take the Miraidon there, this would be huge for the side of IX. Big Ice Fang catches the Vaporeon. They're going to need to run. Side Strike into the side of Aftermath, and this is just a nice secure there from the Blaziken.
Yeah, going to get some experience there for the squad. Regieleki is looking to be worked on by Aftermath. Big charge beam, and they're running straight through it to get the knockout on Miraidon. Oh. Bang, there's the Moonlight Prance. KO Shrika 2 for Smuglax on the Umbreon, and Regieleki's going to leash so IX Gaming can take it.
And look at this here, just allowing Leafeon to stack up their attack weight, also charge a Unite move. Beautiful stuff here from IX. Nice scoring, huge overcap in that bottom goal zone, 156 to 11. Regieleki is going to go their way as well. Both objectives to the side of IX. Experience looking good also. And now it looks like Aftermath is just taking an opportunity to score, stack, and try to get this close to parity here if they can.
Yeah, they closed the goal zone out, not as much as you'd like that overcap to be, and so low is the Buzzwole. They get knocked out, and the Miraidon is down as well. I mean, IX Gaming rotated with 3, took a heck of a fight, and now they're crashing another goal zone after putting points into that bottom T2. So really, everything is coming up IX right now.
Well, I mean, right now, IX also scoring that top goal zone, leaving it at 9 for a massive overcap opportunity after they crashed that bottom goal zone and put in a ton of points. 239 points above the 5-minute mark is extremely impressive for IX, and they're setting themselves up to be in a position where even if they are not able to take Kyogre, they could mount a defense or offense and still win the game.
No, that's a very good call out. IX Gaming now, we just have to make sure they're not flying too close to the sun with their wax wings here, because they are ahead on every axis. And the only way that Aftermath can get back in the game is if IX starts doing very foolish things. We'll see how it shakes out.
And here we go. We've got a fight happening right here. Aftermath has a few Unite moves burning a hole in their pocket, and they could look for it right here. Are they going to move in to try to stop this? Ooh. No, they don't.
Backdoor by Smuglax and releases the meteors here. Mega Mewtwo using their Unite move, the strike from the skies as they move forward. Good charge beam. Moonlight Prance is going to buy some time, and now it's the Leafeon stepping up and getting 2. All the pressure is being put on, and Aftermath Esports is getting cooked right now. IX Gaming, every member still standing, and it's just the Miraidon that can try and put in pot shots to keep that big overdunk, but no, that is huge.
Massive plays there from IX, like a surgical strike, taking down each member of Aftermath in that fight right there. Just nothing they could do. And look at the level lead right here. That Leafeon is now 13. This is its entire job. If Leafeon is not 13 here, you're kind of stressing is this Pokemon, but great plays from IX continue to put this Pokemon ahead. They also have a Blaziken at level 13 right now, which is just terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, everything on the side of IX is terrifying right now. I got to highlight Smuglax's play on this Umbreon as well. Really doing a good job going for backdoor flanks and creating chaos, letting IX Gaming have a very strong attack from the front.
They're going to send the Regieleki just towards that tier 2, force Aftermath to deal with it while we have IX Gaming ready to take Regidrago in the center of the map, give them some more team-wide XP. If you're looking at some bright lights on the side of Aftermath, they do have a level 11 Mimikyu and Buzzwole, and one big catch on any of these high-level Pokemon can start to shift the match their way, but this is rough for Aftermath.
It really is. Now, you can have a Leafeon is easy to dispatch, even if you're low on levels compared to it, because it is so squishy. So Riker can't get caught out here and just hemorrhage a bunch of experience into the hands of Aftermath.
It looks like Riker maybe sussed out that Aftermath saw them on the mini-map somewhere. They kind of knew they were there, and they peel away from this goal zone. As we have an objective spawning in the top path, a Reggie has hit, and our teams are moving toward it. Oh. Huge catch on the Blaziken. Can they take it down? And they do. Now Mimikyu, level 13, and here comes Riker. They decided to sneak back over and score 345 to 88.
20 seconds until Kyogre in our game 1 between these two invited teams. Regirock is going to be taken by Aftermath, and now we are waiting as IX Gaming has set the trap, and we'll have to just wait until they spring it.
You know, I like Aftermath's position here in some ways. Having that Regirock buff, moving into this fight, everyone has a Unite move. It's the best position they've been in throughout the entire game. And they're just going to need to find a moment to strike. If they can get a pick somewhere on the enemy team, ideally the Leafeon or Blaziken, they could start to take this match back into their control. But they're way behind Dupsnax. They're going to need to make a play. They're going to need to find a catch. They're going to need to find someone somehow. Mimikyu throwing the Shadow Sneak, but not finding a target. Miraidon starting this with a charge beam, powering it up, and they're looking for it. And now we have the Blaziken move back and peel away from the fight. No one taking the fight just yet from Aftermath, and they are the team that needs to make it. Here comes Mimikyu.
Right into the back line is Smuglax. Emerald two-step, bang, Miraidon's gone. Phenomenal flank, and this thing is getting absolutely crooked if you're Aftermath Esports. We're going for it here. Tons of pressure on. Egg Noob is low, can't get out of dodge. Now they're putting the pressure on the Crustle. Theory has to run away. We're putting pot shots in on Kyogre. The Mega Mewtwo Y is active. Egg going for a big-time flank, and they're buying time. Mimikyu still has 15 seconds on their respawn timer. Riker has to get that knockout. They do. Crustle is gone. Kyogre's there. Overheat lands, and IX Gaming is off to the races.
Yeah, beautiful from IX. Controlled that fight in such an amazing way. The flank from Leafeon was so good. Went around the entire team towards their attacker, picking up some huge KOs, and now the points continue to rain in for IX Gaming. 509 to 88. This is rough, and it is something they cannot come back from. Aftermath is going down in game number 1. Beautiful plays all around from IX as they are going to now score in their home goal zone. Just a few seconds left here as we are counting down this match.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, baby.
Amazing. I'm back. I'm glad I was muted. Actually, I wasn't saying anything positive. I was kind of dumpstering Aftermath Esports there and how much I did not like Mamoswine Crustle combination. It didn't really seem to be the key to success, despite their brightest moments were off the back of either one or the other. Them together, I don't think facilitated
but we're going to see what they look like as we head into game number 2 here. IX Gaming, your purple team. Aftermath Esports, your orange team. Again, the debut match for both of these squads here this season.
Here we go. Into the bottom path is this Mewtwo, is Theory on that Swine up here, and they really need to put the screws to 2 of the very best laning Pokemon in Umbreon and Inteleon. So Aftermath's back against the wall, not only on the score sheet here, down a game, but also in the early game presence in game 2.
Yeah, and here we go, just continuing to farm here in this bottom path. We have the Blaziken getting ready to evolve in the central area. They're going to evolve into Combuskin. Scyther coming down to the bottom path early, getting super aggressive right here. Nice big catch there for Aftermath.
Absolutely, and this is the place that they need to start knocking out that Sobble, which does have that great secure early game with Water Gun, and getting them offline or at least slowing them down is exactly what I was talking about and where Aftermath needs to start.
Scyther chasing Riker here. Now, Riker, obviously, last time playing that Leafeon, gets online really early. Takes Blaziken a lot longer to be powerful. And we're going to see if that's a huge difference maker here. Mamoswine making their way to the top. The Icicle Crash not able to stop anyone.
No, not yet. 4 players showing up for Aftermath. Didn't do too much there in the face of 3, deciding to just peel back. And there's the strength of the Water Gun. We've got an Evolution. We got a Drizzile in action.
And we have 2 members of Aftermath in the central area here of IX as they are continuing to take all of this. Lakoting almost level 7. And we have it happening right on the other side. Riker now in the central area of Aftermath. Just a little bit of trading happening here.
I can't believe Lakoting is still given the opportunity to run through the middle area of IX Gaming without really getting checked, and being level 7 and the biggest thing early is exactly what Aftermath needs. I would love to see them pounce and get a quality knockout here, but it doesn't look like Aftermath is quite ready to pull the trigger.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to chase them back towards that pad and possibly put themselves in a position to get this Regidrago. We still do not have a Gyarados on the side of Aftermath. They're going to need to get that online as quickly as they can, and it just did evolve.
That's good timing there. Good knockout for IX Gaming on the Mewtwo. Now, they have eyes, I believe, on that Piloswine that is running around. I believe that's Theory on the side of Aftermath. So where are they going to prioritize their presence? That's
the question. We've only got 1 member of Aftermath down here in this bottom path, looking for an Ice Fang into 3 members of IX. They're in some trouble, going to run back to their goal zone.
We can put some good pressure on with these snipe shots and create space, especially when you've got a player advantage 3v2. Nice snipe shot there, making Theory have to retreat and reset. Quick rotation by Aftermath has a couple more players showing up in the rotation. Egg getting caught immediately by Smuglax, who saw them coming, and it's secured with a snipe shot. Now, bang, Piloswine Theory takes a ton of damage, and the Regieleki begins to walk. Is this a fight that IX wants to take? We've got Scyther coming down, gonna crash on top of the heads of IX, and I think their presence and the Blissey giving them the signal that they're showing up is enough for them to retreat.
That's right. Whale Lord there noticing this Scyther, I think, was a huge reason that fight backed off at all. They were charging up this Unite move. They hit their level 9 on Scyther, and they were going to try to make a sneaky play and get a huge KO on the enemy team. But no one on IX took the bait, actually making a really sharp play to just peel back here. And now we're going to get an even goal break here in the bottom path.
That is, not exactly how you want the numbers to shake, but sometimes that's just the work you got to do. Aftermath putting tons of points in, and now they hold a score lead of approximately 40 points here. So extending, I love good snipe shots like that, dude, from way downtown.
Yeah, these snipe shots are beautiful and they are scary for Aftermath. They're moving in now with a big time waterfall, but we don't yet have the Gyarados Unite move. We do have one on Scyther, but they are pushed back. Snipe shot misses. However, we have the Inteleon Unite online pushing forward, looking for Hoopa, looking for Gyarados, and now they are back towards looking for Registeel.
Smuglax trying to space out, but it's not going to be enough. Now the Gyarados is going straight into the back line. They pop back out of the deep waters with that Typhoon, and they can't find any bodies. It is secured here by the Blaziken, which means that IX can now push with a little bit of a buff.
Yeah, and now IX is just taking control of this here, and it does feel like Aftermath went in for a bit of a play there. We had Gyarados try to pick up a KO. The eject button from Inteleon saved them from that, and we never really had Scyther engaged in any meaningful way at all. It just seems like they're almost frozen in some of these moments, not making a play.
Without a doubt. Aftermath Esports showing signs of life again, but somehow have let this experience lead kind of like sand through their fingers, just absolutely disappeared, and they're left holding nothing here. Good surf reposition on August. Lakoding into some deep waters and gets knocked out, and that's a terrible look. Like, if you're gonna pop your Unite move, you got to take out the Inteleon, and IX Gaming, I think, is back online and the engine is humming.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good right here, especially, I didn't see the entire fight, but when the Inteleon 1v1's a Scyther, you've got to be feeling pretty good about how that went down, however it did play out. Regieleki now walking towards Aftermath. This is something they are going to need to deal with on the side of Aftermath. By the way, 4 minutes left in the match, and that is still not a Mamoswine. That's pretty devastating for the side of Aftermath. No Unite move. They might only get to use one this entire game as the snipe shot picks up a KO. The points into the bottom goal zone, 209-132, as IX is going to now peel back.
Yeah, in my heart of hearts, though, I still feel like this game is closer than game one was at this point. So it's not completely distraught here. If you're Aftermath, you just got to stay focused. You got to get Theory to evolve. That's number one. Like, Theory, you got to stop scrapping. You just got to go take a piece of Wild Farm, and you got to get your Unite move. Because if you fire it off, at least you have a chance to use two this game. But they're just scampering around the map, and I think that's a problem.
Yeah, I honestly don't understand at all what's happening on the side of Aftermath when it comes to this Piloswine. They are still sitting at level 8. There's experience all over the map. This is kind of criminal in my opinion. Like, go evolve. What are you doing?
Please.
No, I'm sorry, but what are we doing right here? Go evolve. You are still Piloswine. This is absolutely unreal. Go get a piece of experience. We're at the 3-minute mark.
Please. Well, I mean, there we go.
Okay,
we did it.
Fine. I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know what to say. That's just very shocking to me.
Yeah, you got to get on comms at some point in time and hurt some feelings. Just say, dude, please, just go evolve. I don't know what they do from here, to be honest, Cowboy. I'm just not sure. Nice snipe shot on Regieleki. IX Gaming is putting a presence, and it looks like Aftermath is using Unite moves, and they want to make this the fight, I suppose. Yeah. I mean...
No, this is, I mean,
Sure.
look, they're going to take a fight. At least they're taking a fight. I support it. Find your fight. Do it. Make it happen. This is your stand. Go for it. Use all your Unite moves. Make a play. Let's go. Let's see what you can do. If you can get a KO or two, you can make something happen.
Okay, Mewtwo absolutely deleted in the overheat. Theory is low because they're level 10, and their Unite move was used, but on the first stomp, they were knocked out. Here we go. Inteleon pops their Unite move. They're going James Bond. Long-range snipe shot takes care of Gyarados, and now you have your Uniteless Hoopa running around. Poor Eggnoob just gets Moonlight pranced on top of the head, and IX taken Groudon.
You know, this match, there's a lot of game tape to look at here for the side of Aftermath. I mean, there's a lot to figure out here. This was really tough, this game too. It did feel like things were going better for a little while here, but I feel like you said, it's time to get on comms and start shot calling. I don't know who's shot calling on the side of Aftermath, but I mean, we've got to come together in a few of these moments here. This is just an extremely difficult match with big things that I feel like could easily change, you know?
Without a doubt. I know there's 40 seconds left, but that is an insurmountable amount of points here. Unfortunately, a bit of a wet fart to end our day of phenomenal matches. We'd like one that's a little bit closer, a little bit more exciting here, but you can't understate the lessons learned in the wake-up call for Aftermath Esports. IX Gaming, as you mentioned, certainly formidable, certainly a Worlds qualified team last year, but I think you'd be hard-pressed to find anybody to say that they are the best of the best in this league so far this year, because of Dig already winning LAIC. So Aftermath, get to studying, kids. Maybe ask Zoinks if you can borrow his whiteboard and start jotting down some strategies.
Well, I mean, you know, moving on from like some of the frustrations watching a match where you have a pillow swine at 3 minutes left in the game. Moving on from that, I do want to praise IX Gaming a bit, taking advantage of every single moment that they could, winning the first game in pretty dramatic fashion, and then holding them to such low levels here in game number 2. Impressive stuff from IX and a great debut for their squad. So give it up to